Nandru Pirandara Vara. It just means the world is one. All the people are my kinsmen.
The Indo-Pacific is the most culturally and economically dynamic region in the world.
Platform we created today, the dialogue we have today, we will continue. And perhaps later this year or next year, we will have the second run.
Tamil Nadu is here to partner with you for the collective good, for preserving this very crucial last frontier, the Indo-Pacific region.
It's a very, very well organized conference.
Air Marshal Baushuan, Ambassador Carney, and Additional Chief Secretary Burma, other distinguished guests, including Ambassador Kaka. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great pleasure and privilege for my colleagues and me to come down to Chennai from Delhi, so we can stay away from the cold weather for a few days. I will enjoy the warmth here a lot. I would like to thank the Peninsula Foundation and especially Air Marshal Madheswaran for making this event possible. A couple of months ago, Air Marshal and I met in Delhi, and we discussed the possibility that we can sponsor an event here in Chennai, so we can gather the participants in this region to discuss the potential cooperation between Taiwan and in this region. And we thank the foundation and also the Air Marshal. We make it happen today. Some of you may have this big question mark in your mind. Why Taiwan, 1,000 miles away, a country 1,000 miles away in the Pacific, has anything to do with the Indian Ocean region? I would like to start by talking a little bit the relationship between Taiwan and India, because we have been in this country for 26 years. In 2021, India ranked 14th in the global trade with a total trade volume of $967 billion. And in the same year, the figure for us is $828 billion. And luckily, last week, we got this latest figure for 2022. It was $907 billion for Taiwan. So you can see that our trade size, you're bigger. Of course, India is bigger, but we're quite similar. In 1995, the year Taiwan and India set up representations in each other's capital, our trade was only a meager $100 million. After we exchanged offices in that year, acting as facilitators, providing essential consular services, etc. In 2021, we reached $7.7 billion. And last year, it was a little bit over $8 billion. Okay, this is good. But to be honest, we are not satisfied with these figures because, I just mentioned the size of our economy, the trade. So you can see that it's less than 1% for India and less than 1% for Taiwan, right?
But luckily, it seems that we're going to see some changes from this year, because since last August, we have received in Delhi and also in this part of the India, delegation after delegation of Taiwanese investors, business people coming to India to explore the possibilities of doing business, trade, or investment. And I just mentioned with Additional Secretary, Chief Secretary Verma, our business are coming to this part of the country, seeking to set up clusters. We do hope that in the next 2 or 3 years we can make it happen by our cooperation. So this reallocation of the supply chain is real and it's happening, and we hope that it can be something very big next 2 years. I want to talk a little bit Foxconn here, because Foxconn has a very big presence in Tamil Nadu. Foxconn now sees extraordinary potential, especially in India, and is determined to localize. Foxconn is so far the only one, I say only one, big companies in Taiwan trying to localize in India. So far, they employ about 200,000 workers across India, and they are planning to hire another 500 to 600,000 more by the end of this year. A couple of months ago, the chairman of Foxconn, Mr. Yang Liu, came to Delhi, and we had this discussion. And he said his plan is to build India as another manufacturing base, hiring 2 million workers. So we hope that in the next 10 years, we can see Foxconn doing that, because Foxconn is like a big magnet. It will attract other smaller companies to come to India, forming these ecosystems. Another thing I would like also to mention is also about Foxconn, because Foxconn came to my office just 2-3 weeks ago. They say they are going to hire Indian college graduates who can speak Mandarin, and they will be sent to Taiwan for training and sent back to India. Because of this expansion of Foxconn, they need a talent pool to help. They want them to be in the management and administrative level. So the first batch will be 400, and when they come back to India, the starting salary is 1.2 lakhs. So it's about $1,400, right? So this is magnificent, and many other Taiwanese companies have heard this, and they want to join this program. So far, we have about 26 Taiwan education centers in the Indian universities. We hope that they can become this base to train these young talents, because so far, for our business, the difficulty for them to do business in India is that we don't have people who can speak Mandarin as an intermediary. So this pool is very key, very essential for the expansion of our business in India in the future. Okay, so not just with India, Taiwan's security and prosperity are actually more deeply connected with the Indian Ocean region than realized. Almost all the oil Taiwan consumes relies on imports, and almost all of them pass through the Indian Ocean. 1/4 of our long-distance fishing fleets operate in this region, and 10% of the cargoes are shipped internationally by Taiwanese companies like Evergreen. So all above, I said, shows that the peace and prosperity of the Indian Ocean region, or in a broader sense, the Indo-Pacific region, is in Taiwan's great interest. So we seek to engage more with all the countries in this region. The cooperation between Taiwan and India is picking up its pace, as I just mentioned, but those between Taiwan and other countries in this region remain very, very limited. So this is lamentable, and we need to change it. Through today's seminar, we gather here to discuss some of the most pressing issues in the Indian Ocean region, and I would like to put forward several related areas of potential collaboration that I deem worth exploring between us. When it comes to blue economy, fishery is a key area. For decades, Taiwan has been dealing with the illegal fishing and the sand dredging rendering our Coast Guard highly experienced in how best to handle them professionally. Taiwan also prides itself in high-quality aquaculture, and we have been sharing the know-how with our island nation allies, such as Palau, the Marshall Islands, and some others. Now, the blue economy is a wide-ranging topic, and I'm grateful that we are joined by the Taiwanese scholars who flew all the way from Taiwan to share with us their perspectives. Dr. Ted Chuang of the National Taiwan Ocean University and Dr. Lee of the Institute for National Defense and Security Research will each shed some light on the blue economy from their specialities. Like some of your countries, Taiwan is prone to typhoons and earthquakes, and sees more extreme weather events lately. One of the things that we are doing to cope with them in Taiwan is to apply more technologies to disaster prevention and relief. So Dr. Zhang of the National Donghua University will share with you his take on disaster mitigation and management. The blue economy is about sustainability, and the tourism can serve as a way to preserve the environment while supporting the livelihood of rural areas. By improving the infrastructure of fishing ports, building clean indoor market encompassing restaurants and shops, Taiwan has successfully transformed quite a number of ports into tourism hotspots, generating revenues for the local community. Similar measures have been applied to our tea gardens and the fruit yards, in which cases visitors will pay to pick tea leaves and strawberries, for example, so the bond between people and the countryside has been more closer. As Taiwan grows more way off, people don't just travel inland. Before the pandemic every year, about 70 million. Taiwan is a country of 24 million people, and 70 million Taiwanese travel overseas, but only roughly 20,000 came to India every year for 10 years' time. Only 20,000, so almost that size. And much fewer went to other countries in this region. So how to promote tourism between Taiwan and the countries in this region is worth looking into. As more than 95% of the businesses in Taiwan are small, medium enterprises, so the company owners are also tourists. They come to the country as a tourist first, and they will build. If they like the country, they trade, and when they build up this trust, this confidence, this relationship, then they will do investment. So the step by step they do in this way. They don't jump. You cannot ask a company, say, hey, you come to India with $20 million and invest. No, you don't know. They don't know this place. They don't do it that way. So tourism is extremely important. So we hope that we can do more tourism in the future. So the tourism will lead to more trade investment eventually. Despite the aforementioned efforts, not all the rural areas in Taiwan that rely on agriculture can develop tourism, and some of the farmers struggle due to labor shortage as Taiwan's population ages. As such, one of the potential areas for cooperation is labor mobility. Taiwan has worked with Indonesia, Thailand, the Philippines, and Vietnam on migrant workers collaboration for decades. And it is workers from these countries that keep many of our industries moving. Good news is Taiwan will be signing a labor mobility agreement this year with India, and we expect to welcome 100,000 Indian workers to come to Taiwan to work. So we have all the desire to work with other countries, including this region, to induce migrant workers to Taiwan. So we do hope that we can have this opportunity to do this with some of the countries in this region. The Indo-Pacific is the most culturally and economically dynamic region in the world. As I have illustrated above, the potential between Taiwan and the region remains largely untapped, and the potential benefits are exponentially. Taiwan is a rules-binding democracy that has a lot to offer, and we will never entrap others to that. Let the event of today and tomorrow be the harbinger of friendship and cooperation between us. We should find out together what the confluence can bring to us. Thank you.